So the archaeological studies we have done have shown that people have lived at Tekalakota for at least 5,000 years. So earlier the site was known because of the Nagaraja Rao's work. In 1960s he had discovered this site and done this work, excavation on the tops of the hill. And there we had found the Neolithic habitations, burials, but he had also reported at the base of the hills some remains are there. But he had not studied that because focus was on the hills and on this Neolithic period. So in 2005, my colleague Ashok Abkari and I had done the survey. At that time, our interest was Nittor and Udagolom, those Ashokan Shasanas are there. So our interest in it was where is the habitation where the people are living at that time of the inscriptions. There we had documented the megalithic burials. Those are now destroyed because of the agricultural activities, the quarrying activities. But in this area, we had found so many things. Now here, just here nearby, there's so many ceramic remains, and these fields are filled up with the iron materials, ceramic materials, lithic tools, stone tools are there also. So that shows us this is a very big habitation. And if you go in this whole region just beyond the Tekalakota to Jikaragud, other areas within this, between here and river, you will also find so many remains. So that suggests to us this is a very rich area. For 5,000 years, people are having a very big settlement. And because so many people were here for so long, then a lot of disturbance is there. So many archaeologists might come and say nothing is there, antiquities are not there, we do not see the standing architecture. But I think here, because it is a dry climate, people do not develop the very big settlement cities they cannot support. So until British come, we do not have cities in this area. And then the moment British build the cities, they start complaining lack of water is there. So these people were smart. They knew how to also collect the water. We see so many examples of the bunds, and many of these fields were once the water collection areas. And now they are the fields and people are digging the bore wells. But again, they're managing their water very well. And so, because of that, I think they had that sense. We will not become like a city and urbanize. We will stay the small scale. But like that, they were able to continue for 5,000 years. So, even today, this is one of the highest rice producing regions in Karnataka. And so, it shows the resilience of the people here and the intelligence of the people here, I think. So, we've been very lucky to do the excavation work here. And our findings have shown again that this is a very rich history for 5,000 years. So my hope is that in the future, other archaeologists would come and do some additional work in this place.
But in finding the skeleton, which how old are these?
I cannot say without the radiocarbon dating or confirming the absolute date. My hypothesis guess is that it is between the 5,000 and 3,000 years old from Neolithic period. Why? Because we have seen on the top of the hill some burials were there, and they seem very similar. The extended burial, not so many grave goods are included. And then similarly at other sites, Watkal, they have a similar looking burial. So just by comparison, that is my guess. Also because we have this white ashy formation here. This is the calcrete, and that forms in the arid conditions. And at the end of Neolithic period, there's a dry period, monsoon rains change, and that time I think this calcrete formation may have come because it in the dry periods it becomes more. And because we see on that skeleton that this calcrete formation is on the bone, my thought is that this skeleton is placed here before this happens. So again, during Neolithic period, and then at the end, it dries, and then we get this calcrete formation on the bone itself.
How many skeletons identified?
There are at least two here. One complete one we have, and the other one we see the legs. But I think upper part of that skeleton was in upper levels, and I think it was very fragmented, so it did not preserve well, and it just came out in the excavation.
Men or women is how old this person?
This person, I cannot, it is adult. Because teeth are in good condition, my guess is it's younger person, but at that time, they may have had a good dental health because water here also has a lot of fluoride in it. So they may have just had very strong teeth. So I cannot guess at the age, and also I cannot guess man or woman because I am not the bioarchaeologist, the one studying the bones. But again, my hope is that we will remove this skeleton and keep it with State Department. And my hope is State Department will arrange for some what we call the paleopathological analysis, where they can study any injury to the skeleton, and that person would be able to tell man or woman and maybe determine age a little bit better.
You say what government protect this person? What do you say?
This place is not protected. I think it would be very difficult to create the protection. I know the Nitur edict is a complete one, and those protections are there. Udagalam also, that edict area is protected. But there are very few, I think, prehistoric sites that get the protection like this. Only the very big sites. And because here we are spread out in so many different areas, it would be difficult to protect this whole area. So I don't know, expect that there would be any government protection for this. We have one ash mound at Jakaragudda. That is also the Neolithic, 5,000 years, 4,500 years old. That we are arranging for some local protection because Panchayat has asked us to create some cultural program or heritage awareness program, and they've asked us to give some protection for the ash mound. So unfortunately, ASI has told us it would take too long, and State Department also did not seem to have much interest in doing that protection. So our team has taken it on with our help of Panchayat. We'll build one fence to protect that ash mound.
Only find the skeleton or any whereas some.
We have found other things this season. So on that side, we have found one dump of the ceramics, all the same type of vessel, just thrown there. So that is evidence some ritual, some feast, some function was happening there. And then on this side, we had some urn burials. And on top of the hill there is another Neolithic site. But that one was not studied by Nagaraja Rao. So we were hoping to get some samples and some details where we could make the comparison. But so far, what we are seeing, it is the same. So again, that suggests to us that even from that early period, this was a very large site. And this was a very big place. And people were able to manage in this dry climate. They're very smart about environment.